One kind of error that you might see with some regularity is syntax error. A syntax error occurs when Python doesn't recognize a section of your program as a valid Python code. For example, if you use an apostrophe within a single quote, you'll produce an error. This happens because Python interprets everything between the first single quote as the apostrophe and the apostrophe as a string. It then tries to interpret the rest of the text as Python code, which causes error. So here's how a single use of double quotes correctly. Now we will use, for example, my special message, and here we will use this is the fastest and best Python course in the world. So this is the fastest in, or actually let's make the Pythons here. Yes, it might sound grammatically incorrect, but it is just a code and example. So Python's course. Now let's print this message. Print my special message, and as you can see here, we have no error even we have a single quotes here. So the apostrophe appears inside a set of double quotes, so that if let's actually make this like that. So here we are, we're gonna see this here. As you can see here, this is the fastest. This is the error, this is the invalid syntax. In order to do that here, you have to this backslash here, and it will fix the code. And if the same applies for the single quotes as well, let's actually add our single quotes. As you can see here, we have a code without a problem. And if we add this here, Pythons, and we are seeing error again. So in the output, you can see that error occurs right after the final single quote here. So this syntax error indicates that the interpreter doesn't recognize something in the code as a valid Python code, and it thinks the problem might be a string that's not quoted correctly. Error can came from a variety of sources, and I will point out some common ones as they arise. So you might want to see syntax errors often as you learn to write proper Python code. So syntax errors are also the least specific kind of error, so they can be difficult and frustrating to identify and correct. So if you get stuck on particular stubborn error, you can ask me and I will answer you immediately.